Hello everybody, I'm Johnny Macabre, the creep of the class. I'm here at HorrorNewsNetTV. Today I want to talk about the new movie in theaters now, Happy Death Day. Just saw it yesterday, had seen the trailer for it in a movie, I don't even remember what movie I went to see, about a month ago. Looked pretty interesting, so I checked it out. I had actually forgotten when the release date even was, but I saw someone talking about it on Facebook on Saturday, so I went to see it yesterday, Sunday. I was delightfully surprised. I really was not expecting it to be that good of a movie. I was expecting it really average at best. It actually ended up being really good. In a nutshell, you can basically describe this movie as a horror movie version of Groundhog Day. Basically, this young college girl, she goes through her day. At the end of the day, she gets murdered by a masked killer. Instead of that being the end of the movie, she wakes up back in bed at the beginning of the day, goes through the whole thing. She keeps getting killed by this same guy and ends up having to solve her own murder and break the cycle. There's a lot of humor here, just with the absurdity of the situation. Like, no matter where she goes, what she does, this guy finds her. It's like, it gets to the point, it definitely gets a little bit humorous at some points, just the absurdity of it. And also some of her actions, where she finally realizes, I'm just going to relive this day anyway. I'm not going to be responsible for any of my actions. No one's going to remember this. Fuck it type moments. It can be a little bit interesting as well. It's a really good movie, and she really evolves as a character. She actually starts the movie kind of as a preppy bitch, and she kind of becomes a better person due to this experience. So there's a lot going on. It's a really good movie. It's definitely not like a hardcore horror film. It's actually kind of lighthearted. This is a PG-13 movie. So there's not a lot of gore, not like a huge body count, nothing like that. But it's overall just a really enjoyable viewing experience. It's very entertaining. Yeah, I'm actually, when you think about it, I'm kind of surprised that the whole Groundhog Day of horror thing hasn't really been done before, considering, it kind of does lend itself to horror, because that situation, being trapped in that cycle, could definitely be viewed as, a very not happy situation. Although, now that I think about it, there actually is another movie that's like that. Hang on. Yeah. Okay, so there is actually a movie that was like that. I actually own it. It's called Camp Slaughter. It's a little budget indie film. Yeah, check it out. It's let's see here. A group of friends lost on a remote forest road spend an eerie and unsettling night alone in the woods. The next morning, they stumble upon Camp Hiawatha, which is in full swing with seemingly happy teenagers. However, the teens in the camp itself are strangely trapped in 1981. In a never-ending nightmare, the campers are forced to relive the same day and night over and over again with a silent killer. When a silent killer stalks the campers and counselors, killing them one by one. So in this one, like, a whole summer camp is trapped in like a Groundhog Day situation. This one's a little bit different. If I remember the movie correctly, the campers and counselors actually they remember the cycle. So there's like no one in the movie that whose memory resets when the day loops. Whereas in Happy Death Day, the main protagonist is the only character that remembers when the day loops. A little bit different, but a similar concept. Overall, though, Happy Death Day, has much higher production value, and budget aside, though, it's probably a much more enjoyable movie. It's just, better scripted, that type of thing. I highly recommend it. There's some really clever writing there, I think. Check it out. It's in theaters now. Yeah, it's the opening weekend, I think. I think it's going to be one of those surprise hits. Like, I think a lot of people are going to like it if it can actually gain some traction. Gain some attention, because I don't see a lot of people actually talking about it yet. But yeah, go check it out. I used my movie pass for the first time. Definitely get one of those if you're a fan of movies. It's $10 a month. You get to go to one movie in theaters every day. Really good deal. So check that out. Once again, I'm Johnny Macabre, the creep with the class. I'm here at HorrorNewsNetTV. I'll see you all next time. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.